All right, today we're talking about a really cool tool called MuGen. So what is it? Well, it's basically your own personal AI composer that can create totally original music right from scratch. Let's get into how it actually works.
So, if you're a creator of any kind, maybe a game dev, YouTuber, whatever, you've definitely been here before. You're hitting that wall, right? You need that perfect piece of music for your project, but the search just goes on forever. Yeah, it's a total nightmare. I mean, your options are what? Pay for these super expensive license fees? Or spend hours digging through stock music libraries just trying to find one thing that fits. And most of the time you find nothing. It's the kind of thing that just completely kills your creative momentum.
But hold on. What if you didn't have to find that perfect track? What if you could just, create it in just a few seconds? Well, that's exactly where this AI composer steps in.
Okay, so what is MuGen, really? It's a tool that uses a smart mix of AI and what's called guided randomization to whip up original music. And the key thing here is, it's not just spitting out random notes. No way. It's actually built on real music theory, the same rules and principles that human composers use. It's making music based on your instructions.
And getting started is super simple. Think of yourself as the director or maybe a chef. First, you pick your ingredients, the basics of your song. Then you let the AI do the heavy lifting, the actual composing. And finally, you just export your masterpiece. It's designed to help you create, not get in your way.
Now, this part is really important. MuGen exports everything in MIDI format. So what's MIDI? Don't think of it like an MP3 file, which is just a recording. MIDI is more like a digital recipe for music. It's a set of instructions, and because it's the industry standard, you can take that MIDI file, drop it into pretty much any music software out there, and have total control to tweak everything. Change the instruments, move the notes around, mix it exactly the way you want it.
So you might be wondering, how much control do you actually get? Well, this is where it gets really fun. Let's dive into the creative playground MuGen gives you to start crafting your own unique sound.
Okay, first up, you've got all the basic building blocks. You get to set the musical key, the tempo, the speed, how many chords you want in your progression, and even how long each of those chords gets to play. And for instruments, you can either let the AI surprise you or you can pick them all out yourself. Total control.
But here's the thing. You're not just making a simple 4-bar loop that repeats forever. You're actually building a whole song. You can choose different styles, like pop or EDM, and then piece together classic song structures, verse, chorus, bridge, or you can build up those huge EDM drops. You can even customize each individual section to have its own vibe.
And you can get really detailed to perfect the mood. Want something happy? Go with a major scale. Something more somber or epic? Try a minor scale, or even something more exotic like Dorian. You can throw in these really rich, complex chords, the ones that add a lot of emotion, and even add little embellishments like passing notes to make it all sound more natural, more human. Okay, so all those features sound great on paper, right? But the real question is, what do actual people, actual creators, think about it? Let's check out some real feedback from folks who've used it. This first one makes a really good point. They're saying, hey, this thing can make some seriously professional-sounding music, but they also give a heads up that having at least a little bit of musical knowledge really helps you get the most out of it. Which makes sense, right? With so many options, it could feel a little overwhelming if you're starting from absolute zero. Now this one, I absolutely love this. This is such a clever way to use the tool. This person is already a musician, but they get stuck on writing bass lines. So what do? They feed MuGen the chords and tempo they've already written and just let it spit out ideas for the bass part. It's not a composer, it's a collaborator, a brainstorming partner. That's a real game changer. So hearing all that probably makes you kind of want to try it out for yourself, right? You see what you could do with it? Well, the good news is there's a super easy, totally low-risk way to do exactly that. 2. So what's so important about the number 2? It's all about a window of time.
Yep, because MuGen is on Steam, you're covered by their refund policy. That means you get a 2-hour window. You can buy it, play around with absolutely everything, make some music, and if you decide it's just not for you within those 2 hours of use, you get a full refund. It's basically a free trial.
And all this kind of leads to a bigger question, doesn't it? Tools like MuGen, they're not here to replace musicians. They're here to work with them, to augment our own creativity. They can be your composer, your brainstorming buddy, your virtual bandmate, a source of endless ideas. So the real question isn't whether AI is taking over, it's how are you going to use it?